Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, stream time's good. All right, so hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin, and you're watching. Was it 224 DangIT Prodcast? Yeah, yeah, it says so right there. Okay. Whew. All right, so a lot of baggage to unload for this week. As you can see, it's just me right now. I don't know when anyone else is gonna show up. I'm figuring Gabe is asleep, and everyone else is trying to figure out their own schedule and have things to do. So but that's fine because I have this story and I don't really want to get interrupted by this. But first, before I jump into the story, let me just give a little shout outs to people in the chat right now. Apparently, there's a little bit of salt here and there. Ibrahim coming in here saying he was the first one also to join his Discord, which is called Friends. Ibrahim, you're on our Discord, right? I swear though, if you have your own Discord and you don't join ours. But yeah, we got Aisha, we got Corinne. Let's see who else is here. I saw Andy, and there was Mark, and that's pretty much our cast right now. So that's totally fine. That's totally cool. But let's see, what are people saying? People are saying join us, Ebe. Also, Corinne is building her second bookshelf, right? I don't remember what happened to the first one, but in any case, that's something going on in her life as well. And then I think Abraham was starting some. He was trying to start some with Spider-Man being the exclusive, and all the Xbox players don't have access to it. And to be honest, that kind of feels like old news. I know there was a whole bunch of memes of Spider-Man on PS4 versus Spider-Man on Xbox, which is just the Lego Spider-Man, where he's just like. It's hilarious, but man, it feels like it's been a while since that's been posted. It's probably been just like a few weeks, but I don't know, it feels kind of old at this point. Let's see, to say specifically, Xbox fans are crying because of the new Spider-Man came out. That's exactly how I said it. For PlayStation. Now we can laugh at that. And then Mark comes in here with his as a white knight with like Xbox embroidered like somewhere on his clothing. Saying like, well, of course, because it's not fair when the character has fans on both. Yeah, little shit. And I was saying like, let's laugh at Mark now. Which, by the way, I have no side to this. I'm just saying that like, Spider-Man on PlayStation is awesome, and Xbox players, sure, they're missing out on something like that, but that's kind of the case with these exclusive games on certain titles on either console, which I feel that Xbox has been kind of lacking a little bit, despite the fact that they have like Xbox and also just what was it, Windows 10 gaming. I feel like they're still kind of missing out on a little bit. But that's a separate topic, and I wasn't prepared to talk about that. Let's see. Andy was talking about how he pretty much plays on every console. I just don't want to play Spider-Man though. Oh, okay. Oh, but Spider-Man's so good though. Like, for me, Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 is so worth it. Well, I guess kind of. If you can't afford a PlayStation, then please don't try to. Let's see. But yeah, Mark was saying that like Gabe was probably asleep. And Gabe isn't on our Discord and has his own little shit now. So I'm saying it to annoy you. Oh, right. I'm not defending Xbox on this as much as I'm saying exclusives are out. Would love to play it though. Let's see. It keeps bringing me to the App Store. It won't let you join. Tried the link in the description. Have you tried that Discord link? It might need to be updated or something. Oh, you're trying to go on the phone. Nah, dog. You need to use desktop, I think. Because if I were to copy the link in the description and just like pop up a new tab, paste it, enter. No, I'm on Discord right now. it is the invitation to it, so you shouldn't have any problems, especially if you're on desktop or laptop. On a phone though, I've never tried it there, so hats off to you for being the first one to try it out, like a moon man. But yeah, let's see. Andy's saying like I'll play it after I buy Smash, And Mark's kind of the same way. I want to get a Switch for Smash, but I also want a PlayStation 4 for Spider-Man. So I'm like, shit, I can't decide, but I should get the Switch. I would say get the Switch, because the Switch is cheaper. Well, Switch and Smash Brothers together is cheaper than getting a PlayStation 4 and Spider-Man. Considering the fact of how loud the PlayStation 4 Pro is, but still able to run pretty smoothly, I would say it's worth that at least. Even like this used one I got, it's fine. I'm not sure how the original would work with that. I probably have to ask what was it, David, to see if like his PlayStation would be able to play Spider-Man. We do have the hard physical copy, so definitely do that. But oh yeah, 5 minutes in, and I do want to talk about this story that I got. What's going on? It's kind of like a progressive story. So I'll just start with what just happened like earlier today. Like after working out and showering, my cousin was here, and he was going to install the new the SSD and the 4 terabytes of hard drive into the new computer, which it is in right now. What I didn't know was that when you switch over, because we want SSD to run things like much more quickly on it, especially with the like loading and booting times. But when you switch over from a hard drive OS operating system to an SSD, I did not know, and this probably just applied to any situation, I did not know that when you start up from there, everything that you see like on your desktop, all your files and projects and everything like that, all your programs specifically, they're gone. You have to reinstall all of it. So I didn't know about this. And thankfully we have Windows 10, we have Windows 10 like on the hard drive, which I'm doing this right now. I haven't changed over. But once I do, I'm gonna have to go in and just like do a whole bunch of data management, and it's gonna be such a pain, but it's gonna be worth it at the end, especially when I can utilize the extra 4 terabytes of storage. So I'm looking forward to actually going into that. But right now I want to focus on like editing all these videos I have in store. I don't think a lot. I can actually save a lot of the editing for like after the fact, but we do have what was it? We have like one video. It's from Bahama Bucks. We need to finish the Bahama Bucks video, which is just a compilation of like us like going to Bahama Bucks, getting all these different flavors, and then finally getting to that mountain size, avalanche size pickle juice. And there's also a reaction like here and there, like one of them that I haven't finished yet because it's the 3 episode part thing that Gabe and I did. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of what's going on there. As I was saying this stuff, what do you guys have been saying? Smash with friends, spider with man. I like like how you worded that. Have an iPad, says Abraham. I've never really tried a kind of mobile device when it comes to going to a link such as Discord, although definitely YouTube links, which by the way, that seems to be an iffy thing that happens a lot when you find like a YouTube link like on a different web browser and then or a different app, and you click on it and it just goes to like Safari for like iPhone or like Google Chrome for like Android or whatever. It's like, why not just access the YouTube app that I downloaded for that? I might be taking a cue from DangIT Podcast because they did complain about that. But in any case, it sucks. It's weird. Accessing a Discord link on tablet requires the Discord app. Oh, okay. Yeah, Ibrahim, try doing that. Or just use a computer. Like, I assume that everyone uses a desktop, but people go mobile a lot, actually. I don't do it because I have limited data, so I can't really do that a lot. And thankfully I have like this setup as well. That's why I sent you to the App Store. That makes sense. Avalanche pickle juice. I thought y'all were gonna say no to that. Well, we went through with it with varying results. Stop juicing my pickles. Listen, Gabe is against it, but I like pickles, but I don't like pickle juice. I found that out when we tried it out. We tried just shaved ice pickle juice. This thing's nasty. Please tell me pickle juice from that place doesn't taste like pickle juice. It tastes like pickle juice. You won't taste it from just the ice itself, or at least like for our situation, when you have it melts over a while and just like settle down to the bottom of like the cup, it's going to not taste like pickle juice up there, but down there, that's concentrate. I would eat, says Andy. But what else is I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I don't think we mentioned it like last podcast. I think it happened in between podcast episodes because we were recording stuff and then people were talking. I know it was Gabe and Steven were talking about drones, buying a drone, and oh my god, I have a story about that. Not like an intense like, oh, I start flying and this happens. So no, it's just like the whole legal process of it, like before flying. So bought it was on Sunday, last Sunday. Bought a drone, and it was the GoPro Hero 6, and it came with like the Karma, which is like made by GoPro as well. We buy that. It takes a while. It takes a while to ship over. That's not the point of the story. It finally gets here. I get earful from my dad about like the legality of like flying a drone and owning a drone, and like was the purchase valid or not. That really just got me riled up. But again, side story. So I do a lot of research. I do a lot of research about the legal regulations about flying via the FAA's like regulations, their terms, and it brought me to a whole bunch of like interesting like perspectives and like debates, especially on YouTube, because drones on YouTube are much more prevalent than they were when YouTube even started. Usually like drones or like airline stuff were all commercial based, so you would take this FAA test, which is like $150 each, and you would buy your test. You would buy your test, and you would take it after studying for a good long while. And depending if you pass or fail, you might have to take it again, and you have to pay another $150 just to take it again, which is kind of bullshit. And not to mention, once you get your registration, your certificate for your drones, you have to re-register. You have to re-register after like what, 2 years? So you have to take the test again. God, dude. So I looked at that and I was like, man, in addition to the fact that there's certain areas where you can't like fly your drone, this is such a hassle to me. So I just told the group like, hey, I'm going to return this drone. I'm actually in the process of doing that right now. But Gabe was saying like, well, we need to register it so we can actually fly it. And I was like, I don't want to do the whole test and the registration and everything like that. And it's like, and he was like, oh, then I'll do it. So I guess Gabe's going to be in the process of trying to do that once he gets his job. In the meantime, I'm going to just return the drone because I'm not going to use it for any other recreational purposes. Here's the thing though. If you do fly that drone, it should be for your like recreational use only. If you make any type of like income from it, a la YouTube, or you're selling your drone footage to someone else who might need it, then what was it? A furtherance in business is what they call it. That's the condition for it, and that's a no-no if you don't have like a registration or some kind of card that lets people know that you're certified to fly this drone. So it's just a whole bunch of legal stuff, but it makes sense when you look up that kind of stuff and you look at someone, for example, Casey Neistat's the biggest offender, who most likely doesn't have the FAA like certificate, or he just simply just doesn't care about like flying, like fly space or fly zones. It could be either or whatever. And to understand like why he stopped doing a lot of drone footage in New York, which is like highly populated and there's a bunch of airports here and there, it's just, it makes sense. And God, I mean, it's interesting, but it's also just depressing too, because like drone shots are so cool. Because of all this research, I discovered this one dude. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find like his YouTube channel again, because he's actually quite an entertainer, in my opinion. But I don't know, you guys can decide that when I actually give you guys the reference for him. Let's see. Should be my watch history somewhere. Yeah. What was it, Ken Heron? Yeah, just look up Ken Heron as in like Ken or Kenheron space between N and H. And he's a drone. he's certified and he like flies drones, and he actually tells you the stories of him taking exams and also just legal cases here and there, certain just stuff. I've just rediscovered him recently, so he probably has more stuff. But super cool. I'll check him out. He seems
My favorite ride.
Shut the fuck up. But yeah, he has some really cool drone shots, and he gets employed to do this stuff, legit. And I was like, this is super cool to like have these cool drone shots and just kind of like go around, just travel just to take these cool shots, because literally everyone else will offer their footage, but you're like, oh, I'm the one who can do this, do all this, and do it legally. And everyone's like, hire him, do it. Any case, what have you guys been talking about? But that was pretty much my story. So TLDR, bought the drone, returned the drone. Also the thing about the GoPro, I also was tied in by that. Like, oh, I can finally get a GoPro. But then they just announced GoPro Hero 7. They have different versions, like the white, silver, and black edition. The black version has a lot more features, and has this hyper smooth stabilization, which has got me curious. So I might look into that. In any case, that probably wasn't really interesting for you guys to listen to. So let's just see what people are saying in the chat, so I can get reconnected here. Let's see. What the juice or 6? And you, sir, need to chill with your meals. You definitely do. We ranted about that last night, right? So Mark was definitely arguing against it, which makes sense because there's a point. There's fine lines and gray areas like in between, and Mark was bringing up examples of like just like RC copters and stuff like that. So it's just fuck. You know, Mark, I was actually going to share you one of the videos that kind of definitely hits on a lot of those points on like at what point is this okay and what it isn't. But considering like your level of energy and just the level of like disgust that you had about the whole FAA thing going on, I was just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. And I just left it alone. Zane says, I just took down a rookie, a 4-man galleon by myself. So, alright. It's good. Mark said, eat that horse. But yeah, alright. What's Corinne saying? Sorry, guys. I had to go do some cleaning up. Have someone coming over. Shadow, I promise you will see the finished product. So she's referencing her bookshelf that I was actually talking about. Let's see. How dirty is your plate, this Corinne? And, oh, who's coming over? What's his name? How big is his dick? Justin, have you heard of the new manga? The girl which has a disability, which she can't talk at all. It's absolutely adorable. I guess I can look it up on the side. It's not dirty. I have a building. You have a construction in your apartment? As time goes on. Let's see. Yes, it looks like it. And she is a she. So how big are her dick? Well, you didn't answer my question. How big is her dick? Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Why does Mark need to know the cup size or dick size of anyone? Let's see. I'm actually going to go through here. Oh, Pyro. There's Pyro. Hey, everyone. We just had a tornado in Ottawa? Oh, okay. Yesterday evening, and as a result, had a power outage the entire evening and Saturday morning and afternoon. Here's hoping anyone here in Ottawa is safe. Just have you heard of this manga? Right. I'm gonna get to that. As I regret putting this in my search history. Girl Witch manga. Let's put new at the end. Is that a genre? Like, witch manga? Can we say that that's a genre now? There's also Flying Witch, which is actually pretty phenomenal. Yeah, Ibrahim, if you can give me the name for that. Yeah, just give me a name for that. Cell Pyro and Tornado in my town last week, and true, but I always had energy. Mark was telling us a story like on Sea of Thieves last night. He could see, well, from the distance from where he was at versus I guess it was the hurricane, right? He could have been able to just see that, but not be affected by it. And I was thinking how nuts that is to have like that kind of natural disaster be so close, but not actually affect your area, like right there. It's like me looking out the window and I just see fire, but like my house is fine. I'd be so confused. Obviously, I'd panic and I'd run out the building, but then later on, I'd figure out like that fire's not going anywhere. But God, that's a weird concept in my head to just to imagine. Let's see. Yep. Tornado Adawada. It's quite strange to hear, but you know. But yeah, it was interesting to work out at dark around 9 p.m. Oh yeah, and also Zane says that he won't really jump back, although he is talking to us in the podcast. But generally saying he'd join the podcast when David returns. David has a really weird schedule. For those of you who don't know, he's only really available on Sundays right now, so we'll definitely take advantage if we can. But considering my story with the whole SSD and the whole hard drive and how to reformat it and also reinstall stuff, that might take the rest of the day and maybe tomorrow. So we'll see. Miss Comey is bad at communication. That's the name of it? Huh. Alright, I will look it up right now. Comey is bad at communication. Yep, right there. I feel there's a Know Your Meme link to it. It's interesting. Just like obviously like the illustration and the art design for this one is interesting. I do like the fact that because she's not able to talk, there's times where you don't see a lip at all. It's just like a plain face. So I like that little touch. But in any case, what else are you guys talking about? Oh god, you guys are actually starting to spam the chat a little bit. Don't just please go ahead and do that. I'm just saying. Does anyone know about this? Title spoils the story. It really does. But in those types of situations, like that type of show would need to definitely develop more, because it's kind of like Boruto, where you know what the ending is, because it's just like, or at least what happens later on. She's probably bad at communication still, talking, but it's just about the journey. Yep, that's all I gotta say about it. Also, my neighborhood power kept going out because of the storm. Couldn't see it, but at least a minute down the street, it was pretty close. Power was saying, so far it seems as though there hasn't been any casualties, but a lot of houses have been destroyed. Nuts, dude. I hate how much my living room looks like a construction zone. Damn. That sounds so much like a personal problem. I've never heard that from anyone. But yeah, something about a bookshelf. Right. Justin, I hope you get Jump Force. It's releasing in February of next year. Dude, there's a lot of good games coming out. Like, I felt like early 2018 was kind of like a very slow start. I was just like, oh, look at all these games that I should pick up playing, and all these new games that would be coming out later. And, you know, I had a lot of time to like play all these games, but I didn't. And now we're here, and this is like, Spider-Man's the new hype for PlayStation, considering that even like God of War was just like early, like, what was it, March 2018? And that was the hype for like PlayStation. And now it's Spider-Man. And that's not even talking about like what's happening later on, like, you know, Jump Force, or for those who really like Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out in January. Something else is coming out in January as well. I don't remember. Oh yeah, it was Resident Evil 2, dude. That's something I'd actually would like to play too. Dude. What's happening? What is my life? I can't juggle all this stuff while I'm still like worrying about just like the PC right now and just like recording, doing edits and stuff. Jesus, dude. Let's see. Mark saying I'm getting Jump Force sure as fuck. It does look really, really good. But that's as far as I can really say. It looks really, really good. That's all I can really say. I have to play it myself. I wonder if they'll release a beta or like a demo for it. Speaking of which, I'm still waiting for Fallout 76 beta. Apparently that's coming in November, so it's a ways away, but hopefully the pre-order will help out with just like our initial take on it, give us some like footage here and there, and you guys can see it too when November comes around. Let's see. You know, that's pretty much it from the chat. What else is there where I was going to talk about? Oh, I think I had something in mind, but I don't remember what it was. Shoot, was it? I'll have to go through the list. Was it about My Hero? No. Oh, shit. It was around the anime genre, I'll tell you that. Pyro, you might actually like this. It's about, well, actually everyone would like about it. It's about RWBY. Now, the subject matter, the topic, you may not like. So, I just discovered, and it was actually posted about a week ago, on Twitter, that the new volume for RWBY, Volume 6, is actually going to be scheduled to release only on Rooster Teeth. Maybe Verve, and any other like joint like live or subscription service type of thing. But not YouTube, which I'm actually kind of concerned about. Because here we are, we're bringing back like reactions, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome, great! I'm so glad you guys are bringing back reactions and stuff like that." And that was one of my plans. Is like, okay, we're gonna bring the reactions to RWBY again, and I was actually looking forward to just watching those and just kind of giving my take on it. And we'll still watch it. It's just that how will this affect not just us, like for reacting it, but other people as well who do like reactions to RWBY, because that's a community, that's for sure. And one of them is Murder Birds, who I actually watched his reactions because of just how kind of like hyper energy it feels just being in that same room with that dude. So it was like a little tiny gnat or something. Let's see. I could swear I just saw someone new pop up. Oh yeah, there's Rice Krispie. There it is. How's it going? Let's see. Yeah, that's probably gonna get the community in a frenzy. Yeah, I was reading like comments about it. Like, definitely people are like, "Oh, the site just sucks though, the Rooster Teeth website, because I just play on YouTube and it's only fine, but I go on Rooster Teeth and it doesn't even load the video." And I mean, I think it varies. Some people may not be able to access the website due to just it being unavailable on in their country or something like that. I mean, that's just a general broad just snippet that I could just like look at. But my main concern though is for people who want to talk about RWBY, whether it be a reaction or not, like a full analysis, just using some snippets and clips, for example, to a full-on reaction. How's it going to affect the community? Because there's a lot of people who watch RWBY too, and it's also the place where they first discovered like the show. It's where you first saw the first episode of Volume 1. It was Volume 1. That is, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm fine either way. I can still watch RWBY like on Rooster Teeth or on Verb if it's available, but you can also just watch it for free on Rooster Teeth. And they kind of emphasized the fact that was the only way, or the best way, to support the series is to watch it on their website, which I totally understand, and they have every right to do so. But my concern kind of like falls along lines of, how do content creators cover RWBY Volume 6 when the subject matter is also kind of like blocked off? It's no longer available on YouTube. So I'm wondering, like, if you were to post like a full reaction or just any bit that covers some like footage of it, how does the copyright come into play with that? I mean, granted, that's the same with like anime and stuff like that. So this and that. So I think as long as it's like for creative use or education and stuff like that, so it's fine on that front. But I just know that like it was way back when too, like Volume 3 and 4, where they were talking about like, oh, we love reactions and stuff like that, but definitely legalities and like the rules and stuff like legality is not my new favorite word. The rules have changed since then, so I'm wondering how people are gonna respond. Actually, I think, you know what, I'm probably gonna just like directly message Murderer Birds, I forgot his name, yeah, that content creator, just see like what's his thoughts on that, because he is like he's a pretty big I guess RWBY reaction person who's been like spreading out to other things, but he's still definitely a big fan of RWBY, that's for sure. So I'll probably ask like what's his take on it. Hopefully he would respond to that. But yeah, what are other people saying? As well as I check people who might be watching the chat right now. Yeah, I think Gabe's just dead asleep, but I'm not sure about anyone else joining. But I guess that's fine. We're like halfway through like the whole podcast. That's actually kind of crazy. I'm noticing I'm getting short of breath a lot. I haven't taken a sip of water since we started, so I think I'll just do that now. Thanks. I'm not sure why I said thank you. With YouTube these days, it's rather difficult to support Ruby considering the danger of no monetization on the video. Right. But I also think that like reposting, like, well, even if you're not gonna repost the episode by itself, moreover it's like in the reaction format. I wonder if that's also kind of crossing the line. Like, oh, you're redistributing on YouTube when we didn't do that. We didn't give you the authorization to do that. So copyright that. If we became one of the warlords, or am I just hearing rumors? Asked Rice Crispy. I have no idea. I don't catch up on One Piece. Actually, I'm gonna read up a little bit. See what it was saying. Oh, okay. So you can watch it Rooster Teeth on for free. You only need to wait a week, which is not my issue. Again, so you don't go crazy. Huh? It depends on where you are. I have no issues with the website. In fact, I find it more reliable on YouTube's player. Huh. I never heard that one. Never heard that side of the argument. Never asked you, Justin, but what's your favorite Straw Hat member or any character in One Piece? You're asking the wrong person. Even if your question is directed to me, it's still a bad idea. Mine's a mix-up of like within the pirate crew specifically, it would be either Chopper or it would either be Chopper or Usopp. Frankie's pretty close though. Frankie's kind of really close. But that's just like having watched so far. I think what was it, Water Park 7? After that, that's where I stopped, which is it was pretty top. Like that arc was really good. Are you not able to record anything off of YouTube, Justin? I mean, it's possible, but it's also just kind of weird because Rooster Teeth would only keep it on their website, and there's no doubt there's gonna be people who will still like post reactions of it, but it's also like, what if they get like taken down like with a copyright strike, like something really big, because you're essentially distributing that over onto YouTube when they made the decision not to. But I guess it's also the same with like anime streaming services where people are able to post like footage of the show, but it needs to be in like in a creative way, I would say, in a way that doesn't show the entire footage is what I'm saying. Wood, styrofoam, plastic, all strewn up on the floor. Karen is pretty much describing her living situation. That sucks. Let's see. Luffy became one of the... No, I literally read that. Okay. Hold on. God, what aren't we saying? I sent Gabe a message saying, Gabe, wake the fuck up. Showing the whole process of building the bookshelf. Gotcha. They may do what they did for the anime series. They eventually released them onto YouTube, such as Nomad Nowhere and Camp Camp. But what's the time difference with that? Do they wait another week? Because they literally said like on their postings on their own website that it's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on YouTube. They didn't say that like, oh, we're going to post it like maybe a month later, maybe another year. We haven't said it's going to be posted tomorrow. None of that stuff. It's going to be for like first members only, or first members, and then the week after that, it'll still be on the Rooster Teeth website, free for everyone else to watch, but otherwise, the only advantage to watch it early is through the first membership. And to watch it generally, Rooster Teeth website. That's pretty much what I got out of it. Again, copyright laws, very fickle. Some content creators are more lenient than others. What are your thoughts on Crunchyroll making their own anime / cartoon because of the art style? What? Crunchyroll's making their own anime? It's about goddamn time. Speaking of which, Team 4-Star. These little shits. Just after they end the DBZ Abridged episode 60 part 3, they release an entirely new, like, a potential series. What was it called? Schooled? Or, I don't remember what it's called. But I could swear I saw it somewhere here. Oh, shit. I'll actually, like, correct myself here. Give me a second, though. Yeah, I just showed it on my subscription feed. I was like, what? They made their own animation? Which is not it's not really far-fetched, considering the fact that they've been doing a lot of abridged editing for a while. So even if they didn't know about it, like, coming out, just doing the abridged series, they probably should be able to do it now. But where is it? Homeschooled. Or, oh no, that's the episode title. God damn it. Fist Master. Like, Fist Master. Episode 1, Homeschooled. Team 4-Star original. And it's 11 minutes. Over 11 minutes. What? This just comes out of the woodwork and they're like, what is happening? Original series. Yeah, I'm actually really curious about this. A lot of things here. Okay. Oh. I think this is what else. Was it High Guardian Space on the Spice? Is that the actual series name? Yeah. Yeah, it's an original series. High Guardian Spice kicks off 2019 slate of anime-inspired programming. Okay. Lation, the transforming media, control. Announced today. Oh, it's also on Verve as well. That's cool. We might give it a look. Announced today. Lation Studios in the first Crunchyroll original series, I Guardian Spice. It's original. Let me see if I can get some kind of synopsis here. 4 fierce girls and converge at High Guardian Academy. So it's a school anime. It'll be interesting to see that. I'm looking at the character designs. It definitely has like a hybrid design of like more of a Western like cartoon style to like anime. Well, let me see if I can link over like this news post and you give me your thoughts on that. There you go. Thoughts? Yeah. So I pretty much did that. It's interesting. It's definitely a blend of the two types of art styles, which I think is a breath of fresh air, to be honest. Because at a certain point, especially with like, what was it, A1 anime, where everything starts to look the same. But I guess the TLDR, as Mark states here, is for this podcast in general, whether it be like drone shots or like reaction videos, it's, I see there's a white bar like right here. Copyright laws can be good or total pain in the ass, and they can also be both. Oh shit, it's Ocean, dude. Oh, for those, it's Ocean Da Gamer, PlayStation 4, PS4. Yeah, let's see. Justin is Jason confirmed. I can see the hockey mask now. What the fuck is this? It's Justin, not Jason. Gotcha, that's where it came from. Actually, who said Jason? Oh, it was Ocean. Wait, Jason, have you ever played God of War 4, the Valkyrie Queen boss? Apparently that's really hard. Like, I've seen footage of that, and that's crazy. Interesting, I might have to do that later if I have the chance. Transformers, Team 4-Star does legit anime work, dude. They've definitely proven themselves over, like, this period of time. 5-year span of, like, the Cell Saga. Questionable number of years for the entire series. I don't. That's why I'm saying questionable. I just actually don't know. Let's see. You fool. SpongeBob is the best anime. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, and there's my postings. Member of Team 4-Star have been in anime, so they definitely like proven themselves to this. Ibrahim says, fans are pissed off at this. Everybody Every day we stray from God. What the fuck are you talking about? Look on the bright side, Justin. Whether your name is Justin or Jason, your last name is still Dang. Now I can see people. I'm trying to think of like a case where someone mispronounced my last name, but it was because it was over the phone. Like, I'm pretty sure Justin Dong, as in like Vietnamese currency dong, is definitely misconstrued as well. Let's see. All right. I gotta go prepare dinner and then check on my friends to see if they got power. Cheers, everyone, and stay safe. Yeah, Pyro was just hanging in there, being in that moment, and just shit. Oh my god, that's nuts. I mean, not in the tornado, but just like the after effects, the power outage. We've had power outage like here in the neighborhood before, but it hasn't happened in a while. But all right, I'm gonna check again to see if Gabe's seen the message. He hasn't. He is slipped. He slept, dude. But yeah, we'll figure things out as far as like Ruby reactions later on. But we'll see. Probably the next thing we'll probably do as far as releasing videos, like after I've done my editing and done the whole switching out the SSD and the hard drive and making that the main thing, we will do discussions on the My Hero movie, which I'm actually very excited for. That's coming out on Tuesday. We're watching it Wednesday. I'm just looking forward to it. It's gonna be cool. I've seen the ratings so far. It's pretty positive for a somewhat non-canon type of story, because like a lot of anime movies are non-canon until proven later. It looks like Horikoshi is putting in the works to make it a little bit more legitimate by giving us like prequels or short chapters leading up to the events of Two Heroes. So it'll be interesting to see how exactly they're going to try to work that into the show, whether it be in the manga or in the anime. Right now in the anime, we got something really interesting going on, which is the introduction of 3 new characters who are pretty much like the best of the best in UA. For some reason, I kept wanting to say it's My Hero Academia, but it's like it's UA High School, dude. Oh god. I got my tickets for My Hero and seeing it on Tuesday, says Mark. Nice. Can we have a podcast go on for an extra 30 minutes? Yeah. Wait. No, we're ending it at stream time 1 hour, all right? That's the amount of energy I can possibly give to people right now. That's all the energy I can give to people, all right? I'm hyped for the big 3 and overhaul. By the way, I have a power drill. Good. Glad to see the arc is finally gonna get animated. I know it's been like a long time coming, and actually I'm kind of curious about Corinne's thing. The whole her whole process of like making the bookshelf. But oh shit, we got Naya joining in. Oh, that's what the bookshelf looks like and all that other stuff. But yeah, all right. Whew. I'm tired. Why is Lil C holding a power drill? Dear, you can get hurt. Even says frick. Gonna start watching My Hero again. Nice, Anaya. Good job. Anaya, you should, my guy. Listen, no one could possibly advertise My Hero with so much emotion drawn into it than Mark. This dude will just like hammer in on Zane to tell him, you need to watch this show. And I'm kind of the same, just not to that extent. I'll say like, watch My Hero, it's really good. But if you don't have time, then just put it on your watch list or something. Just make sure you don't build up that watch list like David has to like multiple seasonal anime and regret it later. I see you, Justin, with that Sea of Thieves shirt. Oh, now you notice? It's been here for 40 minutes. No, it's fine. It's whatever. It's covered by the mic. But I do love this shirt. I was doing a lot of like on the floor like setups for the desktop because we're moving in the parts and stuff like that. And got a lot of dust down here. But actually, I was able to wipe it off pretty well. But I'm pretty sure you might see a little bit here and there. Do you value your life? That's Corinne. Oh shit, he's wearing the shirt. And we're saying hi, and Naya's just saying hello. But yeah, Naya's doing his own thing. He's probably not gonna join in the podcast unless he wants to extend the podcast. But don't worry, Naya, I know the cue. And Naya, if you want me to extend the podcast, if you're gonna join in, that's fine. I already know the verbal cue, like, or the textual view cue that you'll be joining. If you don't, that's fine. We'll just end at an hour. I'm out of breath, so I can use a break. But I think after this, if no one's actually going to join in, I'll probably see if I can go about doing the whole data management on the computer, so I can just get through that and reinstall everything on the new SSD. Yeah. I will not show you the final product if you keep being sassy. Alright, everyone. Let Corinne do her work. I know we're all excited for the unveiling, the premiere of Corinne's new bookshelf. But you gotta be patient, alright? Oh yeah, something, because Ibrahim brought up the whole thing with Nintendo. Let me just read this comment first. Plus, there is an anime that is trying its best to avoid copyright from Nintendo and Saga? You mean Sega, right? Or it's gonna be whatever. But Nintendo released their online services. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll have to double check. I think it was Tuesday. Shit, it could have been Wednesday. But I haven't tried it out yet. I should give it a try at least, just like have some kind of free trial. I'm pretty sure they have that, where you can play their NES titles and you're also able to like group up with people on like online. And I don't know how well it plays, but I've seen some people talk about it, and it's not so great, especially in comparison to like Xbox and PlayStation. But I guess at the same time, this is the first time they've ever really incorporated like online services like this. So we'll see. When your online service runs out, you lose your cloud storage because they want to be a dick. Holy shit! Oh my god! I didn't even think about that. Well, I mean, so if you lose your subscription, at least the cloud certain data goes back to you, right? Because if it just gets cut off and you just lose your save data because it's up there, that's dickish. That's absolutely dickish, Nintendo, and I should have expected less, but I guess not. Let's see. And there is some nudity, Ibrahim says, about this anime. You don't say. I don't know. Anime's been walking that fine line of like censoring and uncensorship, so it's kind of up there in the air. As far as I'm aware, it's gone. Shit. Shit, you have no idea where I live. Listen, Eyeshadow. You need to calm down about this bookshelf. I'm telling you because it's for your own health and for Corinne's. Don't do that. Speaking of Corinne, Zane, what was going on last night? Thirsty, dude. You're too thirsty. It's fully uncensored. Oh no. And we're not talking about like, oh, you just covered the nips and it's totally fine. No, it's full nudity. Oh no. How is that even allowed? There's no way. I don't believe that. There's no way you can get away with that. Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to be the one who said it, but Mark just said, oh yeah, Corinne, Zane wants your pic so he can assert his thirst level. Because this boy is so thirsty. Listen. Zane, I want you to focus on your studies, alright? Like, legit, I want you to focus on your studies and not on some girl who lives somewhere else away from you. If you're gonna get in a relationship, Just find girls like in your area. I'm pretty sure there's more than enough. Like, stop. We don't need another Steven, okay? It's for your own good. But we're at the 50-minute mark, and I am exhausted, dude. Well, at least as far as like my vocals. So I guess I'm not like breathing too well. He wants to study her. Thank you, Justin. You're welcome, Corinne. It's just that some boys need to they need to drink some water. Boys thirstier than a dehydrated camel in Sahara. In the Sahara. Dude, wouldn't make sense. Luckily, this person censored it for me because I don't want to be scared for life. Yo, dude, there's some things you'll see that will just scar you for life, and it's not even like murder or anything. It's just like subtle things, and it'll just mess you up, dude. I can only assume like people watching on the deep web constantly get exposed to that. Otherwise, there's some things on certain shows that will definitely scare you. Like, for example, SpongeBob and the whole butterfly thing. Ugh. Just carry some water balls on you, just in case, Curran. I think you mean Zane. Pepper spray. Dude. Oh, you mean like throwing water balls at Zane, where it's like, psst. But yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't know what I was gonna. Honestly, to be honest, I have no idea what I was gonna do next. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I know I was curious about GoPro Hero 7. I might get that for vlog because it does have like smoother. It has like this hyper smooth function I talked about earlier in the podcast, and I think that'd just be super cool. Apparently, it makes hyperlapse a breeze. So we all heard the term time lapse, right? Well, this GoPro is allowing you to do hyperlapse, and I'm like, holy shit! I kind of want that. And considering that we're returning the GoPro Hero 6 that came with the Karma drone, I do have funds to provide that, so I might think about that. Something made just to substitute this old phone, because it's cool and all, but it's also a 7S, so I'll probably get the new iPhone just based on the plans and stuff. I was thinking about getting a Samsung. Anyway, I'm just getting a little bit more personal in the thing. Actually, do you guys mind if I talk personal? Like legit. Like, I don't think I feel like ever sharing about this, but like level with me. Are you guys chill with me just talking about like my life? Just when I mean talking about my life, I just mean like very casual conversation where it's like I'm talking to someone in the same room and just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Very casual. It has nothing to do with the channel. It's just like me doing personal stuff. I'm just really curious because I've always approached the series as kind of like a pseudo day in the life, and also just kind of like an entertainment type of channel. But yeah, let's see. Thirst repellent. And thirst repellent is just a water spray. I'm fine if you do, Justin. And Ebran says, not at all. Yeah. And Corinne says, talk about yourself, Justin. Go ahead. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Considering that, like, I guess I don't really talk about myself, aside from the fact that we try to make it more geared to the audience when it comes to like other videos. But when we have multiple people like in the podcast, it talks about less about my life, more about their life, because they show up less and they want to talk about a certain topic that I'm also interested in, but at the same time I don't really get my chance. Well, what else did I want to talk about? Things that I've noticed on YouTube, actually. Let me see if I can find something, because actually I came across some gems here and there as far as things I've liked. Oh yeah. Oh shit, I forgot. Game Grumps is having their live streams, which I think is super cool. I like that it is a non-scripted type of, well, I mean, it's never been scripted, but see them do live streams now it's super cool. I'm actually just check that out like a little bit after this podcast is over. ever since the release of the GoPro Hero 7, I've been watching, like, it's funny to say it, but just audio tests for that thing, in addition to just the smooth footage stuff. Damn it. It's so alluring to me. I kind of want to have it. I need it. I need it. Eyeshadow's also just saying, like, I'm cool with it. Thank you, Eyeshadow. I appreciate a lot of support here. Let's see. Not so cool that I saw on the internet was just, like, someone placing live rabbits into snake cages, for food. And it made me sad. It really did. Oh, shit. I need to talk about, like, one of my coworkers. Not in detail, obviously, but just, like, he's someone who watches Dragon Ball stuff, so I'm able to connect with him on that level. He actually referred to me on this YouTube channel called Math Stars Media. So that's an MASTAR space media, and you guys can check him out. But not like my coworker; he doesn't make the YouTube channel. But he referred to me to this YouTube channel where they make fan animation. I've seen a little bit of it. It's not so impressive, just like as far as the animation itself, but like I think just the still drawings of it, I think it's pretty impressive. But I mean, that's kind of a cool idea, just like making like fan animation stuff of kind of like what ifs to certain fights here and there. So I don't know, something about that drew to me, but otherwise that's kind of cool. I wonder how long it took to make all those, because some episodes and movies and stuff like that are like 20 minutes. It's like, dude, this guy spent like more than that, but just kept animations down to like 20 minutes. That's a full like anime episode almost, kind of. It's 23, it's a full episode. Oh yeah, Mastar makes some decent animation stuff. So okay, I'm glad that you know about him as well, so I can make that connection. Let's see. And aside from the whole bunch of like random like cat and dog videos that I love so much, let's see. I don't know. Is there anything happening on YouTube I wanted to talk about? I don't think so. I think for the most part, things just been happening like in my personal life. Definitely that that clash I always have like with family as far as like what I want to do versus what they would want me to do. And that's definitely the big thing. It's just like, especially with my dad, he wants me to save a lot of money. But of course, I want to spend the money I earn at work to further with all this. So like, maybe a new camera, maybe a new audio system. I mean, even though I'm going to return it, I bought the drone, and he actually brought that up to me. And I already talked about earlier in the podcast, he gave me an earful for buying something like that, as if I didn't even think about the rules. And to be fair, it's kind of like half and half. I did know about the regulations, stuff like that. But the more I looked into it, the more discouraged I became about like flying a drone, because there's a lot of rules, as I've talked about before, that go into being able to monetize your videos and include drone footage, and to do that legally. And it's just such a hassle for me when I could just easily just pull out my phone and just record. Well, granted, that can also be a process too, because it's not the easiest thing to pull out like the camera like this, like I just did after unlocking. But yeah, dude, I just I just need to get to that point where I can just be like and just like and just have the camera ready. Now, actually, you know what? I think I would just have to just set the camera and just lock it, so that whenever I like unlock it, it's just at the video thing. Yeah, you know what? I just solved my own problem. Totally did. Though the camera is a bit dated, so I might get the GoPro, but I also want to get one of the new phones and test out the footage there to see if I can maybe save a little bit. GoPro is really cool though, because of the fact that you can definitely like put in different situations, because it's meant to mount onto like vehicles, like helmets, or have your own strap for it. It's just super cool. That's what I was also thinking about, like getting that Karma drone. But also something I heard about Karma drones is that because they work primarily off of GPS and not just like your phone connection, there's stories about them just flying off, and I'm just very concerned about that. But I guess it also happens in New York, because I do remember that Casey Neistat vlog where he was like, "Oh, I lost connection to my drone," like wide-eyed, like I just lost my drone. Let's see. Ibrahim says it's wait, what's he saying about this? He wants to get scared for life. It's called World War Blue. That's the anime. It has 3 episodes though, and it's pure garbage. You know what's a garbage anime? You know what? Let me let you guys on a bad anime, because it doesn't make sense from a story perspective, and the animation is just kind of okay. But that's not the whole point. I think if I can find it, because I don't even remember this. I think it was something like the stories of Grand Crest, like as in like Grand and Crest. So I'm gonna see if I can actually look up the actual name. I'm being very corrective of myself today, so I want to just go ahead and do that. Record of Grand Crest War. I don't know if I want to say world, but yeah, Record of Grand Crest War. Episode 1 was kind of interesting, and then just teeters off. Like by episode 2, you will make a verbal what to just the story. It's just but it did its job. I still watched it to the end, and for better for worse, they wrapped it up in a rather okay package. So okay. Let's see. Sorry, that was me reading up. I just realized that. Please, not off-brand anime. Also, tip: make sure never touch the bit or the nail so soon after you're done with the drill. Right, because that thing is hot. I don't want to hear it. Ibrahim, there's a lot of bad anime out there, and we can do a series about watching just bad anime. You know, just so we have a balance, let me tell you about an anime it's good, could be better, and it could be worse. And that's Keys Niver. One of the reasons why it's good, I think, is because it's anime by Trigger, who was also part of who are just a bunch of animators who originally came from what was that other one? I keep forgetting the animations. I can actually just, I can just look at the. I have the internet. I should definitely make use of that. So, Studio Trigger. Let me see. They're formerly part of Gainax. Okay, there we go. And Keys Niver is like one of their first like original anime, and I like the idea of it, but it's one of those things where you only have like a couple episodes. Like, what was it, 12 of them? Let me actually double check. 13, 12? 12. Yeah, it has that regular like 12 runtime. But the way that they have like conflicts and stuff like that, it definitely felt rushed. And not to mention, like, the person that the quote unquote main protagonist gets with is kind of like, well, this kind of came out of the blue, but it's also, you can see why it's good because I can talk about it a lot, but it's also it's kind of like Sword Art. It can be good, could be worse. Speaking of which, we are gonna wait on that new, like, what's it, Sword Art Online 3, which is dealing with the whole you kind of like live in the virtual space for a good period of time in that universe, but like outside it's a short amount of time. I'm intrigued by that concept, but it's also just kind of strange. It also doesn't help that the track record previously doesn't help it. Like, oh, that's so curious. It's like, oh, that's so interesting, and it's like it's Sword Art Online. You're like, oh, you're right. It might not be good. Let's see. I don't think I've ever seen an anime that I would look at and said, "This is garbage." Mark, you have not lived. Yo, dude, we have to. There are times where you just have to watch bad anime, or at least something that's just not that great. I mean, what you define as like bad anime? You know what? I haven't been watching all of it, but I got drawn to this one that's actually current in the season. It's called Angels of Death, and it's based on this RPG that was made out of like RPG Maker. And it stars like a character who's like locked in the hospital with different floors, and each floor has someone who's out to kill her. And alongside her is actually this guy, this scythe wielding dude who has his own problems, obviously. But through their own like different confrontations, they've ended up like teaming together to go through the floors, and that concept by itself drew to me. And I watched like a couple episodes, watched someone play the game itself, and dude, it's strange. It makes sense on a game perspective, and I think it can be praised for that. But anime wise, not so much. And it sucks because like you get so attached to like the main character herself, and you're like, oh, she's such an innocent girl. Like, why would you put her through all this? And then she becomes like soulless because she loses her meaning of life, and it's like, oh, that's well, I don't really care for her anymore. But all right. Well, we reached an hour mark, and I think I've kind of exhausted all like the things I wanted to talk about. It doesn't look like anyone's going to join in today, so as I work on the computer, I can also just like maybe check out a movie. It's been a while since I've been to a movie theater, so it'd be nice to go back again. Even though I'm just gonna watch My Hero like on Wednesday, it's just like I kind of want to go back for the popcorn. Yes, dude, I love popcorn. Any case, is there anything else? Yeah, I'm actually not gonna film today. I'll let people know as far as if I actually do get started with this. You know, and I probably should, so I'll do it. So, Mark and Zane and Steven, if you're watching, or Andy, if you're still watching and want to be part of Sea of Thieves, you guys can still do it. I probably won't join in because I'll be working on this computer, and it would probably prevent me from like doing all this stuff. It might be a day long process. So, all right, I'm gonna end it here. So, with that said, I'm gonna just cut the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been what was it? DangIT Prodcast episode 224. My name is Justin, and thanks for watching. Hashtag bye everyone. If we stream, then I'll be there. All right. Well, hashtag bye everyone.